Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the premiere episode of 7 Minutes with CS. I'll give everybody a couple minutes, not a couple minutes, excuse me, we only got a couple minutes, but a couple seconds just to log in. Then we're going to go ahead and get right to it. So I'll give just a couple seconds here. I got a couple messages saying wait for me. So, again, I am C.S. Bailey, and this is the premiere episode of 7 Minutes with C.S. Bailey. Let me start off by saying I'm not a pastor. I am a human being just like you that makes mistakes. I have real bills and real problems. I'm 80% saved, but I'm absolutely working on the other 20%. So my life has been filled with a lot of death and devastation and destruction. So I decided to let my light shine and inspire other people to do the same. Life is not easy. We all know, we all have our own share of problems and issues and just concerns, but we're all here for a reason. So I decided that I'm going to share with you my roadmap from public housing to powerhouse, the powerhouse that I am today, to try to save you some of the heartache and the headache that I've experienced along my journey, in hopes that I might be able to, that God will use me to transform ordinary dreamers into extraordinary doers. So we're going to jump right into it this week. This week's topic is very near and dear to my heart. Everybody knows that I talk a lot about purpose and living on purpose. So I think the biggest thing, and my message today to you is, life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about discovering who God created you to be. So I'm going to say that again. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about discovering who God created you to be. So we all have a purpose. We're all here for a reason. If you're just kind of, along for the ride, you're not really doing anything, you're not helping anybody, you're not serving, because we're not all meant to, excuse me, you guys, my smoke detector alarm decided to go crazy today. So the beeping you hear is my smoke alarm. And I know that's the devil just trying to throw me off track. But the enemy won't win today. So we're going to continue to move forward. But the beeping that you're hearing is my smoke detector. So basically what I'm trying to say is that we all have a purpose. Everyone has a purpose. And at the end of the day, we spend a lot of time on social media. We spend a lot of time chatting and tweeting and, messaging each other. But I think the biggest thing that we don't realize is that God is sending us DMs and we're ignoring God's DMs. So God's DMs are what you might call your dreams, what you want to be. So when I speak about God sending you DMs, I'm talking about your dreams, that thing that's in your heart, that thing you should be doing. A lot of people say, I don't know what my purpose is or what I should be doing. You know exactly what it is in your heart that you should be doing. But there's a whole lot of F words that are stopping you from living your authentic life, living your purpose and being who you want to be. I would say the first one is fear. You know what? We're not even going to start with fear. Let's start with faith. Because that's where everything is. Everything begins for me is with faith. You know what? I'm going to quote St. Thomas. St. Thomas had a dope quote that I had to share with you guys. So please forgive me for not looking at the camera, but I had to read this one. St. Thomas said, "To one who has faith, no explanation is necessary. To one without faith, no explanation is possible." So I'm not going to spend the next 7 minutes trying to get you to believe in something other than yourself, because if you don't have faith, you've lost already. There's nothing I can say to you. There's nothing that I can do for you, because without faith, you don't have any hope. You don't have any possibilities. So at the end of the day, faith is uber important. Faith doesn't make things easy. It makes things possible. So I would absolutely say that if you don't have faith, you're a doubter. And doubters, Atticus said, doubters are just dreamers with broken hearts. I agree. So if you're a doubter If you're a doubter and your heart is broken, you've lost hope, don't worry, because God is still sending you DMs too. His DMs are just sitting in your inbox and you're not doing anything with them. Again, God's DMs are your dreams, are your hopes. So maybe you're not ignoring God's DMs. Maybe you know what your dream is, but you're not pursuing it. Maybe it's because of fear. Fear is real. Fear is a real thing. But if you're living in a constant state of fear, you're not living at all. So Nelson Mandela said, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. We're all fearful. We all have fears, but you gotta push on. You gotta press on in spite of, if you want to win. If you don't, you're gonna keep living the life that you're living. So the first thing is you got to get yourself some faith. You got to believe in something bigger than yourself. Number two, put that fear to the side, because, how can I say, fear is temporary, but regret is forever. So that's the second F word, is fear. The last thing is finances. A lot of people feel like I don't have enough money to pursue my dreams and my goals. I know God is trying, to get me to do this or to start this business or to follow this dream, but I don't have enough money. God ain't checking your bank account. He's checking your faith account. So I realize that, success and dreams and goals are expensive, but the price you're going to pay if you don't pursue your goals and your dreams is way more expensive than the price that you'll pay for success. So I guess I want to close this up because I know I could go on for days and days and days, but is faith the most important thing? Absolutely. But faith without works is death. So the key word there is works. Are you going to do it or are you just going to dream it? If you have a dream and you're just kind of, I want to be somebody, but you don't want to do nothing. You want to play PlayStation. You want to, go out and hang out and drink. We all want to have a good time. But at what point are you going to do? Are you going to act? Stop letting the doubters, the people that I told you who've given up on their dreams, talk you out of going after yours. So, step out and step up on faith. Put the fear to the side. Stop worrying about the finances. Again, God ain't checking your bank account. He's checking your faith account. So trust and believe that God has a plan for you. I'm going to jump right into today's call to action. Like I told you, I'm going to do a quick 7 minutes with y'all in and out. Trying to get me to stop talking and do 7 minutes is going to be a miracle in of itself. So I realized this is my first one, so I'm going to go a little bit over because I had to do my introduction. But today's call to action, every Thursday, doing 7 minutes with CS, I'm going to give you a call to action, something that's going to help to push you forward. Okay. So today's call to action is, if you don't know what your purpose is, if you don't know what your why is, if you don't know why you're here, if you're still trying to figure out who you are instead of trying to figure out who God created you to be, I want you to stop this week, whenever you can, as soon as possible, and go into a quiet place. No kids, no family, no friends. And just breathe. I want you to tune out music, tune out sound, tune out everything. And just ask yourself, what am I here for? What is my purpose? What's that DM that God keeps sending me? Again, God's DMs are your dreams. What's that DM that God keeps sending you? What is that thing that you were put on this earth to do? Because if you're not here living your purpose, what are you here for? You're just taking up space. And understand that there are kids, there are adults, there are people in a hospital bed right now on their deathbed in hospice begging for the same opportunity that you have. The biggest thing I can say to you is, don't die with regret. Don't die. I talk about in my book, Let Your Light Shine, a hospice nurse named Bronnie Ware that interviewed everyone who was passing away in hospice, and they all used the same word, and that word was regret. They said they wish they would have lived their dreams. I wish I would have loved the way I wanted to love. I wish I would have traveled. Don't wish it. Don't wish it. If today was your last day, what regret would you have? So your call to action today is to figure out, what is your purpose? Ask God, just be still, listen to your own breath, and truly think about, what am I here for? What is it I want to do? Don't think about what your mom wants you to do, what your wife or your husband or your kids want you to do. What is it that you want to do, and what's stopping you from doing that? So every Thursday, we're going to continue to launch this program. I have a new initiative launching, which I'll talk to you guys about next week because I'm clearly out of time this week. But if you tune in next week, you'll find out about a brand new initiative that I'm launching that's really going to be a platform and a support group and a community for the dreamers, the doers, and just those people who want to live on purpose. So if you want to surround yourself with people who are going to push you to be your best and live your best life, this is where you want to meet up. So next week, I'll talk to you more about my new initiative and also about living your authentic life and how that affects your life. So figure out this week, again, the call to action, I'm going to wrap it up, is to figure out your purpose. What is that DM God keeps sending you? What's the thing that God keeps putting on your heart for you to do? Think about that. Go into your quiet place. Go into a quiet space. I don't care if it's a closet, the bathroom, wherever that space is for you, and really ask God and think about, what am I here for? What is my purpose? Because if you're not living your purpose, you're not living at all. So that's your call to action this week. If you don't hear him and you don't get an answer, keep doing it. Continue to do it until you get an answer from him. You can also, and I wasn't even going to plug the book, but it really does help you to figure out your purpose. Pick up a copy on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, my website, imcsbailey.com, a copy of my new book, Let Your Light Shine, which helps you to figure out your purpose and why you're here and to really flesh that out. So again, the call to action this week, every week we're going to do something to move ourselves forward, to live our purpose, to make sure that we leave our children and our children's children a legacy and that we don't infect them with the disease of doubt. So keep pushing, everybody. Keep striving. I'm CS Bailey. This is 7 Minutes with CS. Please like, share, repost. This will get better and better and better. Right now, I'm pumping out the trunk, so to speak. We got to start somewhere. So I just really want to get on and inspire you and encourage you to live your best life. Let's stop faking it till we make it. That's so whack. Like that let's not do that. Let's actually set an example for our children and for the other people around us, our co-workers and those people watching, and make this world a better place. We all know things are serious. Things are rough. So I'm going to encourage you. Your call to action this week, figure out your purpose. Listen to that thing that's in your heart. The first thing that comes to mind, that thing that you can't stop thinking about. Don't start thinking about, oh, but I'm better at this. Oh, what talents, what wisdom do you have that you can share with the world? Figure out what that is and let's do it. Let's stop dreaming. It's cool to dream, but let's stop dreaming it and let's actually do it. All right? I am CS Bailey. This is 7 Minutes with CS, and I look forward to seeing you all next week again at 1 o'clock sharp for 7 minutes. Take care. I send you love and light. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.